Hi, I'm Daniela Velasquez, the Director of Communications here at the ACLU of Missouri, and I'm with Sarah Baker,
Hi!
our Legislative and Policy Director.
We rehearsed this really well.
Yes, we did. And we're here to tell you basically about our next legislative session, which started
Just this week, the 100th General Assembly, a historic moment.
historic, jazz hands, and about what we're doing there. So Sarah, can you just tell the folks who don't know us that we defend the rights of all Missourians, and Sarah is on the front lines in the General Assembly, what you do and why people should care?
Yeah, so I spend a lot of time running around the General Assembly trying to put out fires. We testify almost on over 100 bills every single year. We look for bills that may violate or better support or augment the Missouri Constitution or the U.S. Constitution. So we are really on the front lines of expanding what we can do legislatively to make sure that the civil liberties of all Missourians are protected.
So, what's going on this session? Is there a focus for us and for the legislature?
Yeah, so in the past, I think the purview of the ACLU in the Capitol has been really wide, and we will still continue to advocate on many of those issues. But one of the things that we're prioritizing this year is criminal justice reform. It is really the year for criminal justice reform. We've been working with two amazing statewide coalitions on what we could do in Missouri to decrease our incarceration rate while preserving public safety. And so we're working on legislation that involves mandatory minimum reform. So mandatory minimums came about basically for penalties during the drug war, and what they really did was make it so that we're punishing folks who are addicted rather than getting them the treatment they need. So we're working on legislation to reform that.
So people's not prisons.
Yes, exactly. Good tagline. We are also working on an anti-racial profiling bill. So it's well known in Missouri we have a racial profiling issue. The Attorney General's report every single year that comes out confirms the same fact. We've had that in our face for years and years and years.
Now, racial profiling comes to policing, right?
Yes, comes to policing. And so we have tried for many years to reform that law, and we're trying again because racial profiling should have consequences. And so we're trying to make it that when a law enforcement agency engages in racial profiling, they can actually have penalties assessed against their agency. And those penalties come in a financial form that then go back into anti-bias training to make sure that we're really reforming police in Missouri and making sure that we can take steps to ensuring that the police serve and protect all Missourians. So we're working on that piece of legislation. We're going to expand our anti-maternal shackling legislation. Yes, maternal shackling is still a thing in Missouri.
So tell folks about it, because I don't think that they know that this is
that's
happening.
a doozy of a term, right? So we had two cases in recent history in which individuals were shackled during their third trimester of pregnancy. We have been trying to reform the state law to make sure that that inhumane treatment that violates the Eighth Amendment doesn't continue. And so last year we were successful in getting that to apply to all Department of Corrections facilities, but there's a loophole, which is that county jails and local jails in general do not have to comply with that because they're in a different system. And so we want to make sure that that loophole is closed because we know these women are coming from areas all around the state, and we want to make sure that they are as safe as possible and that their constitutional rights are protected.
And it does happen because both of our cases were in county jails, right?
Yeah. And then beyond that, so that's kind of the criminal justice realm that we're working in, although there are many more bills that I will tell you about at some point.
There are a lot.
Yes. We're only tracking like 254 so far. It's fine.
Just a few.
I'm not even stressed.
No.
We are also hoping to shepherd MONA through again this year.
So what's MONA?
Yeah, Missouri Non-Discrimination Act. That's MONA. It would add sexual orientation and gender identity to our non-discrimination statute. This year, MONA is turning 21, so it has been a long haul in Missouri to get that legislation across the line, and we're going to continue to fight for that this year in the Missouri legislature.
And so why is it important that it's not just you holding the line in the legislature?
Because it's lonely? Please come.
Yes, so tell everybody how they can get involved and why it's important.
Right, yeah. So I think you have all heard for many years now, write your legislator, call your legislator. Those things are important. Sign petitions, join organizations, but we want you to show up.
You.
Yes. On March 13th, we're having our lobby day at the state capitol. It's the 4th annual Voices for Liberty Lobby Day. Daniela and I will be there with ridiculous signs politicians making ridiculous, I don't even know communications lingo.
We will have a photo booth.
The boomerang situation, I think. And so we'll hear from inspiring speakers, and we'll go around and we'll talk about these bills that I just mentioned and possibly some others as well, and make sure that every Missouri legislator is well aware that Missourians are thinking of their civil liberties when they show up at the state capitol, when they head to the ballot box, and when they're home in their home communities. So we really look forward to seeing you there, and please sign up.
Yep, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we hope to see you there.
Thanks.